Yep. No. Yeah. Go crazy. Okay. Okay.
operated, very seldom with the service. Yeah, that's the whole problem. I looked at all my life. It looks like they got YouTube videos and stuff like that. So I had to start the first time free. Andy is, don't pay any insurance. So for advertising they have they pay the whole staff and that person. So we're playing on YouTube to try to come out. Yeah, the phone number is 586-416-3472. When you look at the reviews, it's the time on each video or something.
Angela said that they have one of the parents in custody on one of your custody cases. And she wants to know if they can just bring her here and arraign her and then we get to talk because Angela's here. Yep. Let me go find out which office she's in. So I misunderstood her. It's just gonna be a video, but she just wants you to do the arraignment. Yep. I told Maria. Judge Oakley's office is Heather. I'm fine. How are you? Okay. Okay. Let me see who's doing it. The only reason why we are doing that one is because Angela asked us to for the truancy. Wait a minute. What's today's date? Yes, Al's doing videos. So just either go directly to him and explain to him, and or send the paperwork over for. I would go to Al since it's you guys arranged him yesterday, right? Yeah. So, yep. Okay. Sorry. All right. Thanks. Bye. All right. Bye bye. So for if anybody wants jury, well, we would do final pre-trial, right?
Depending on the days and what we're.
Okay, so if we do jury trial, you want me to add it to January 11th? or pick another date? 2, I think, so far. Okay. If they want to go to bench trial, since this is our, this month is our last one with Josh, do we want to do it on December 16th for bench trial? Probably not, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Otherwise, do them to be determined since we don't have him and we'll just figure out another day. Oh. Am I DC? Because you're just saying who. I don't, because mine's saved. Yep, I'm up on it right now. Today is the 2nd. Judge Green, Zoom pre-trial Judge Green voted. You're welcome. Bye-bye. We still do not have Josh. Good morning, Leanna.
Hey Heather, I need to talk to you. Are you back in the back?
As in at my desk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here. Where can I meet you?
Oh, I'll come down by the prosecutor's office. Are you upstairs by the prosecutor's office?
Yeah, I'm in the MIDC room.
Yep, I'll be right there.
Okay, thank you.
Leanna,
Yes.
sorry. On the docket, we have Loyal Marshall.
Yes.
Which it's a Jeff's case. Judge
Correct.
Green does not want to give up Jeff in the middle of her docket.
No,
So
we do not.
I'm sorry.
I had to withdraw from Miss Marshall's case, so I don't know that I'm necessarily the best person to handle Miss Marshall.
Okay, well then she said that we can just ask for a new date.
Okay, not a problem.
And
Okay, so we'll,
Heather,
uh-huh.
I'll get the envelope. Miss Rose does not want an attorney.
Miss Rose does not want an attorney. Okay,
Right.
so as soon as they're ready, I can let the judge know and we can hurry up and get that one taken care of.
Okay, just let me know when,
All right. Good morning, Josh.
Morning. I'm on the freeway about a mile from the courthouse, and this traffic is completely stopped. So I should have been there by now, but I'm just letting you know.
Okay, thanks, Josh. Drive careful.
I'll see you guys in a little bit. Yeah, bye.
Trisha's note. Trisha, I just let you into the courtroom. Hi. Can you unmute yourself, please? Yep. What's your name, please?
Patricia Simmons.
All right. I'm going to rename you and put you back in the breakout or back in the waiting room until we're ready for you. I just needed to know your name.
All right, I'm sorry. Thank you.
No, that's fine. We're all good. Thank you.
Thank you.
There should be one in there.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning.
What cases are you here on?
I'm just here on one of Patricia Simmons.
Okay, yep, she's here.
Okay.
The prosecutor is not yet. He's stuck in traffic, so it's still gonna be a few minutes, okay?
I'll hang out.
Yeah. Well, don't hang up, but you can hang out.
I'll hang out. That's what I meant. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Sounded like you said you're gonna hang up. All right.
Hey, Heather, will you put me in a breakout room with Atterbury?
Yep. Bringing him in now.
Thank you.
Sam, just by chance, I know that this is scheduled for a final pretrial. Do you happen to know who the victim is, just so I know to look for that person?
I don't know. I don't have the name off the top of my, actually, when Leanna gets back, Leanna may know because I believe they're not only a victim, but they're both were charged.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. And I think Leanna represents the other party.
Perfect. I'll look for case numbers then. Thanks. Sam,
Yes.
it looks like the other case was dismissed back on November 4th.
So this one may be what's going to happen to this one also.
Could be, but you might want
Because
to.
we were talking about mutual dismissals prior.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I believe she couldn't connect on the Zoom last time.
Correct, yes.
So hopefully when I talk to Josh, hopefully that's what happens today too.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather.
Morning, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor.
And your appearance for Ms. Hall, please.
Matt Van Sneakus, P71071 on behalf of Ms. Hall. Your Honor, we both appear virtually.
All right, you've got her with you?
I can see her on the screen. I just saw her
Okay,
video a
she's-
moment
all right.
ago.
Gotcha. Ms. Hall, can you hear us?
Oh, it looks like she did not sign on to audio. I saw her there and I thought she did.
Well, counsel, we can probably take care of a dismissal without her presence if you waive it.
I waive her presence, Your Honor.
All right. And you'll explain to her if you have not already done so, this is dismissed without prejudice.
I have, Your Honor, and her and I have discussed it at length, and we've had, numerous talks with the city attorney in this matter.
Sure. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Leanna is in a breakout room with one of her clients, Mr. Atterbury.
Okay. Yep.
I'm going to bring in this telephone number. Good morning. On the telephone, what's your name, please?
Hi, my name's Kayla Hall.
Oh, Kayla. Okay.
Kayla, we just dismissed your file with your attorney.
Okay.
All right. Any questions?
Nope, he's actually calling me right now.
Good. Have a good day.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
I don't know if I want to pull in the final pre-trials yet because Josh isn't here, so I don't know who the victims are.
Heather, I don't know if the judge will see if there's a plea form in Ms. Simmons's file indicating whether or not there will be a dismissal today.
Yep, Simmons.
Looking for it. First name Patricia Samir.
That's correct, Judge.
Yeah, there's a plea agreement in here that says prosecutor moves to dismiss.
We have no objection, Your Honor, if you'd want to call the case.
All right. And Ms. Simmons, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay.
And your appearance, Mr.
Your Honor,
Jadala.
respectfully, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Patricia Simmons.
All right, the prosecutor has placed a plea form in the file asking me to dismiss this matter. Defense has no objections, correct?
No objections, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Simmons, if Mr. Jadala has not explained this already, this is dismissed without prejudice. That means the prosecutor could recharge if they chose to.
Okay.
Any questions for Mr. Jadala before I let you go?
You can
No.
call me, Ms. Simmons, if you have any questions.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May you and your staff have a wonderful morning.
You too. Thank
You as
you.
well.
All right. This Galaxy. No, nothing. Hi, on the telephone ending in 1902. What is your name, please?
Spiros Niferatos.
All right, I see you. It's at 9 a.m., Judge? 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Spiros.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Sir, pronounce your name again. Is it Niferatos?
Yes, Niferatos. Spiros
Good
Niferatos.
morning.
Good morning.
All right, I've got a plea offer in the file that the prosecutor put in the file. Let's see what we've got. We've got an offense date of September 9, 2020. The charge is a misdemeanor larceny under $200. That charge carries a possible penalty of up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. Are you prepared are you prepared? I can't say it. Are you prepared today to go forward without an attorney, or would you like to speak to the court appointed attorney?
I What are they accusing me of doing?
Larceny. The charge is larceny.
Yeah, but what was I,
Larceny.
where? What, when? What
Well, let
was
me see
it?
if I can give you that information. Hold on, let me see what I can tell you. Looks like the complainant's name is Ralph Clark. Let's see. I'm looking at the police report. A summary of the report says suspect had work done inside his home, but refused to pay for the service or return the parts and tools of the victim. So it sounds like Mr. Clark did some work at your house. And he's claiming that you had parts and tools of his that you would not return.
Well, that's not
That's
true.
the allegation. Why, I'm not
Well, it's not
asking you
true.
if it's true. All right, well, you asked me what the charge was, and I'm telling you.
All right, yeah.
Now, my question is, do you want to go forward today without an attorney, or would you like to speak to the court-appointed attorney?
I'll go forward without an attorney.
Okay. The prosecutor, as I said, made an offer on the file. If you plead guilty to disorderly person and agree to restitution to Mr. Clark in the amount of $385, then the larceny charge would be dismissed. The disorderly person would be taken under a delayed sentence for 30 days. In other words, you stay out of trouble for 30 days, pay the restitution and any court costs that might be ordered, and at the end of a month, this would be dismissed. It would not stay on your record as a permanent criminal conviction. Do you understand the offer made by the prosecutor?
Yes. What kind of tools was I supposed to accept?
Well, let me see if the report gives me that kind of specificity.
He did some work on my home and I kept his tools. Somebody, what kind of work they do? No, I talked to Mr.
The only things that are specifically mentioned are a Whirlpool airflow vent test kit and a Makita impact driver bit set.
I have no idea who this is, but I want to get this over with. Yes, let's do it. I'll pay the 300 and whatever within, give me, can you get some time on it to pay it?
Time to pay, certainly. Certainly.
Yeah.
So you didn't have any work done at your house?
No, not that I can recall.
What's this? I think I'm supposed to go to.
I don't even know who this guy is.
Ralph Clark.
I own my own home.
I've got.
All right. Yeah.
Looks like just because of the Whirlpool information, it looks like maybe there was some work on an appliance, maybe?
The dryer?
Maybe on a furnace or a piece of appliance, something like that? Ringing
I
any
have no
bells?
idea. I think it's a dryer. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's go through with it. Let's get it paid off and take care of it.
All right. Well, I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to do that because I need to get a factual basis from you. Actually, we could do it another way. Good morning, Mr. Kaplan. How are you?
Good morning, Your Honor. I apologize. There was a rollover truck on 94 out there right before the court.
Understood. I'm speaking to Mr. Niferatos.
Okay.
At 9 o'clock on a larceny file. The plea offer was disorderly person with restitution. Would you have any objections to a no contest plea?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Niferatos, either I have to have a factual basis from you to accept the plea of guilty, or if you plead no contest, which literally says to me you're not fighting this charge, if I can find the facts I need from the police report, and I've read that report, I can find a factual basis, I can accept your plea to the disorderly person added charge, go ahead and assess that restitution amount and talk about time to pay. Do you understand all that?
Yes. Yes, I do.
And you're willing to plead no contest today, sir?
Yes, I am.
All right. Restitution amount is $385. Can you pay that within 30 days?
No, I can pay it within 60 days.
All right. How about if we just break it up? Can you pay $150 or more within 30 days and the balance within 60?
Yes.
All right, and you'll pay that directly to the court, understood?
To the Romulus City Courthouse?
Yes, sir, on Wayne Road.
Yeah, are you guys closed now or open?
No, we're open to the public.
Oh, all right, yeah, I'll come and pay it. Yeah. I'll pay $150 within the next 2 days. And I'll come and pay the balance. It would be more than that. Have to pay 200. Yeah.
I just want to say
I'll come pay 200
in the next 30.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. So when we get, how do I want to say this? After 30 days or after the 385 is received by the court, we'll close the file as long as there have been no further problems. You don't have any other criminal activity or anything like that. Understood?
All right. Yes.
Do you have any questions for me?
No.
You're all set.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. There's not a warrant out for me now, is there?
There is not.
All right. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Happy holidays.
You as well.
On the Galaxy A11, what is your name? Yep, you. What is your name, please? Unmute yourself.
My name is Ruth Walton.
Thank you. Ruth Walton. Yep, I see her at 9 a.m., Judge.
Founder. Good morning, Ms. Walton. I've got a file from September 2nd, 2021 with your name on it. The charge is assault and battery. Carries a possible penalty of up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs. Do you understand that? Ms. Walton, you're muted.
Can you hear me?
I can now. Did you understand the charge and the possible penalty?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right. The prosecutor's made an offer on this file. If you plead guilty, he's asking me to take this under a delayed sentence for 6 months. What that means is, as long as there are no further problems within the next 6 months, you pay whatever court costs are assessed, then the matter would be dismissed. It would not stay on your record as a conviction. You understand the offer, ma'am?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right. Are you prepared to go forward today without an attorney, or would you like to speak to the court-appointed attorney?
May I speak to a attorney? I don't know. I don't
Yes,
think I
ma'am.
have to. I really don't think I have to. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't
We'll
have
put
to.
you in a
Your
breakout
Honor.
room with Miss Belcher.
Okay, thank you.
Leanna, if you can go back into that room, please.
Yes.
Good morning, Miss Belcher.
When she comes back, Judge, we have Devin Atterbury, but I'll bring Nicholas Brown in. I know he was here first. Josh, Nicholas Brown is a final pretrial. Do you know who the victim is for me to be looking for?
Yeah, let me pull it up. I don't think I was able to make contact on this.
Okay. And also Sierra Folks, whenever you're done with that, because
Sharon Brown is the victim. I was not able to make contact, but I guess we can wait. And then Folks, you said?
correct, yes.
Okay. On Folks, we are dismissing at the request of the complaining witness, both destruction of property and trespass.
All right, well, I'll bring Miss Folks in, but otherwise we have Nicholas Brown also, Judge.
All right, and Mr. Brown's file was scheduled at 8:30.
Correct, yes.
All right. Mr. Brown, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Brown, today's the date time set for a final pretrial. Mr. Kaplan has not made any contact with the complainant. I'm going to dismiss this file at this point without prejudice. That means the prosecutor could refile. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I understand that.
And you did not post a cash bond, correct? So there's no money to deal with?
No, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Have a good day.
You as well.
Thank you. Ms. Folks, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ms. Folks, the prosecutors asked me to dismiss both counts 1 and 2 from the May 15th file that's on, got your name on it. I'm assuming that's okay with you?
Yes.
These charges are dismissed without prejudice. That means the prosecutor could refile. Do you understand that?
Correct.
And Your Honor, just for the record, I apologize, the dismissal is at the request of the complaining witness. I just thought that should be on record with the dismissal.
Good catch. Thank you. Ms. Folks, you're all set.
Thank you.
Kathina Carroll, Carroll.
Time?
8:30.
Oh, I'm sorry. Went right over that. Bring her up.
Her audio didn't go through.
Hey, Heather,
Yes, Judge.
do you remember the adjourned date for that landlord tenant case yesterday?
December 8th at 1:30. The one that took the whole afternoon?
Yep,
Yeah, yep, 8, next Wednesday.
yep. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Belcher, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready. I'm Walton.
Thank you. Your appearance for Ms. Walton, please.
Leanna Belcher on behalf of Ms. Walton. As to the arraignment, we waive formal reading and stand mute. Your Honor, I'm requesting a final pretrial and I will be submitting a discovery order to the court for signature.
Mr. Kaplan, any objection to a final pretrial?
On Walton, no objection, Your Honor.
I assume final pretrial with complaining witness present.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, January 6th, 9:10.
I can make that work.
All right, and you've confirmed information for Ms. Walton. You'll send that over?
Yes, I will send it to Heather in the chat.
All right, and Mr. Kaplan, I'm going to set a bond for Ms. Walton. I'm assuming the people have no objection to a personal.
No objection.
Any need for a no contact order?
Your Honor, I don't have the report, so at this time, I don't have the complaining witness's name for that no contact. We just request just no assaultive behavior in general. I think would be fair.
Ms. Belcher?
Yes, Your Honor, we would not object to that either.
Yes. I'm sorry, say again.
I said we would not object to that either, no assaultive contact. My understanding is it's the significant other of one of the grandchildren of Miss Walton.
Ms. Walton, I'm going to put you on a personal bond. Couple of conditions. Number one, you'll cooperate with Ms. Belcher so we can accomplish something on our next court date for January 6th. Number two, you stay out of trouble. And number three, no further problems between you and the complainant in this file, whose name, according to my records, is Derek Zander. Do you understand all that?
Miss Walton, you have to unmute again, ma'am.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court amount of $1,000 if you violate those conditions?
I understand. Yes.
Any questions for Ms. Belcher before I let you go?
No.
Enjoy your day, ma'am.
Thank you. You too.
Next
Thank you.
is Atterbury, please, Judge.
Good
8:40.
morning, Mr. Atterbury.
And Leanna Belcher on behalf of Mr. Atterbury.
And what do we got?
Your Honor, there is an offer made for visibly impaired. My client does want the offer, but he's interested in applying for the sobriety court. So procedurally, I don't know how you would like him to do that.
Okay. We could do it one of two ways. I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming he's going to take the plea whether or not he gets into sobriety court or not.
I believe that to be true. Is that true, Mr. Atterbury?
Yes.
All right, so I think probably the most efficient way to do this is let's take care of the plea. I'll leave it to you to contact probation and get set up so he can get screened by them to see if he's a good candidate.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Atterbury, you understand the possible penalty for the added charge?
Yes.
And you've gone over your rights with counsel. You understand those rights?
Yes.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to this added charge today?
Yes.
Ms. Belcher, would you like to voir dire, please?
Certainly. Mr. Atterbury, I want to take your attention back to March 15 of 2020. Sir, were you operating a vehicle on Merriman Road in the city of Romulus?
Yes.
And prior to operating that vehicle, had you consumed alcohol?
Yes.
And do you recall what your blood alcohol content was that day?
They got it in the hospital though.
If I were to tell you it was 0.219, would you believe that to be true?
Yes.
Okay. Defense is satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Kaplan.
Satisfied, Your Honor. And just for the record, Your Honor, the people will never have an issue with sobriety court for any defendants who wish to enter into it.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Mr. Atterbury, I've accepted your plea to the added charge. I've dismissed the original charge. I'm going to refer your file to the probation department. You'll be hearing from them. Actually, you'll probably hear from Ms. Belcher before you hear from probation, but Ms. Belcher is going to contact probation. There's a process we need to have you go through to see if you're eligible for our sobriety court program. Either way, you're going to hear from them for a pre-sentence interview schedule and a sentencing date. And as I said, you'll be in contact with Ms. Belcher through that whole process. Any questions, sir?
I work at Ford Motor Company. We're doing a lot of work, so I just need to know what days ahead. So when I had to go inside, because we're releasing
notice.
Yeah, because we're launching a Bronco and everything right now, so I need to know.
Yep, we'll give you plenty of notice. We're not going to call you on a Monday and tell you got to be in court Tuesday. I can promise you that.
Okay, thank
you. All right, have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Audit is continued.
On the Galaxy phone, what is your name? On the Galaxy, unmute yourself. What is your name?
I'm Brian. I'm sorry.
What is the name?
Brian Newlander. If I'm up, I'm not sure.
Brian Newlander. What time was your? Oh, I see you now. You were at 9:20.
Yes. Why is this acting up? I'm sorry, I'm not very good at this. I don't see anybody. I don't understand this.
Mr. Newlander, we're going to mute you until we're ready for you. Ms. Carroll, good morning.
Good morning.
Where's that, Heather? Ms. Carroll, I've got a file from December 27 of last year. The charge, two charges. Count one, operating with blood alcohol content of 0.17 or more. Count two is disorderly person. Count one is up to $1,000 fines plus court costs, up to 1 year in jail. Count two is up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs. Do you understand these charges, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
All right. The prosecutor's made an offer on your file. If you plead guilty to the disorderly person charge, he's recommending a 12-month delayed sentence. What that means is for 12 months, you stay out of trouble, no new criminal offenses, do whatever else I tell you to do. In this case, probably pay some court costs. And at the end of 12 months, that charge would be dismissed. It would not stay on your record as a conviction. You understand that?
Yes.
As to the count one charge, The prosecutor is willing to dismiss count 1 if you plead guilty to an added charge of operating while impaired. That's a drinking and driving charge, but lesser penalties. It's up to 93 days in jail, up to $300 fines plus court costs. Also, your license sanctions with Secretary of State a bit different. You understand that charge?
Yes.
Would you like to go forward today without an attorney, or would you like to speak to the court-appointed attorney?
I'd like to go forward today.
Did I give you enough information to make a decision?
Yes.
And what's that decision, ma'am?
I'd like to go ahead and plead guilty.
You want to take the deal the prosecutor's offering?
Yes.
Thank you. Let me confirm some information for you, or with you. Your phone number 523-7879?
Yes.
Your address on Cecil, correct?
Yes.
All right. So ma'am, did you drive a vehicle in Romulus on December 27, 2020?
Yes.
And prior to driving that vehicle at that time, did you consume some alcohol?
Yes.
Do you know what your blood test results were, or breath test results were at that point?
No.
Can you confirm that the blood test or breath test showed your alcohol content was 0.17 or more?
I'm not sure what it was.
Your Honor, for the record, the results from the state lab of Michigan came back at 0.202 blood alcohol content.
All right, thank you for that information. Ms. Carroll, I can accept your plea to the added charge of impaired driving. I'll dismiss the original charge of high blood alcohol content. And I'll, as far as the disorderly conduct, what happened to make you think you're guilty of that? Was there a problem with the police officers at the scene? Was there an argument with a bystander? What was the disorderly person stuff?
It was an argument with someone at the scene before the police arrived.
Okay. And was this at a public place? Like a gas station or a restaurant, or?
It was at a hotel.
Hotel, all right. And was this argument between you and this other party or parties, did that argument get loud enough to the point where other people that were not involved would have known what were going on and kind of like, hey, what's going on over there in the lobby type thing? I mean,
It was very
shouting going on, so on and so forth?
Yeah, there was some yelling, yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Kaplan, I'm satisfied if the people are.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, I'll accept your plea to that charge as well, ma'am. What we're going to do now is I'm going to send your file to our probation department, and they're going to reach out to you, and they're going to schedule with you a Zoom interview for a pre-sentence investigation. They'll also schedule a sentencing date where you're going to see me again. You and I will both have a chance to look at a report that the probation department completes. You'll have a chance to look at that, and then you and I will talk about sentencing before I sentence you. Understood?
Yes.
If you've got a good email address, I'll give that information to the probation department as well.
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
It's my first name, Kath. Just my first name at gmail.com.
Easy. All right. Lastly, I've got to put you on a bond. Are you working?
No, I received disability.
Okay. You don't have any outstanding warrants or anything, do you?
No.
I'm going to put you on a personal bond with 2 conditions. Well, 3 conditions. Number 1, just generally stay out of trouble. Number 2, don't purchase, possess, or consume any mood-altering substance unless you've got a doctor's prescription. And number 3, cooperate with our probation department so we can move your file along. Do you understand all those?
Yes.
Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court in the amount of $1,000 if you violate bond?
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
You're all set, ma'am. Enjoy your day.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Judge, I need to bring in Daniel Schumann. And, the defendant is Koval, KOVL. I put him on the wrong date. It was a Belleville case, and we gave him today as an adjournment, and it was not changed. So we need to change.
Well, what we might be able to do, you want to try to see if you can get the prosecutor on the phone?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, let me, do you want me to shove them back in the waiting room or see if they needed
Yeah,
an
let's see
adjournment
what-
anyways?
well, I mean, we'll take the chance. Maybe we can
Okay.
handle it.
Judge,
Good morning, Mr. Robinson.
I was just wondering if you could hear me or not.
I can hear you. What do you got going?
Talk to Mr. Schulman about if we need to bring in the prosecutor.
Good morning, everyone. Daniel Schuman. Last time my office was here, the prosecutor offered us an impaired. I needed time to discuss that with my client, but he's now prepared to take that. So if that's in the file, I don't believe I need to speak to the prosecutor. If it's not in the file, then we would.
Oh, let's hope.
What's the client's name?
K-O-V-L. K is in kite, O-V-L.
First name Jeffrey?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a plea offer. Added count, operating while impaired, operating while intoxicated, and speeding would be dismissed. Was that the discussion?
Yes, Your Honor, that is our understanding, and we're prepared to plea anytime the court is.
We can take care of that today then. Mr.
Great.
Cole, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Sir, the added charge of impaired driving carries a possible penalty of up to $300 fines plus court costs and up to 93 days in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Going over your rights, Mr. Schulman, you understand those rights and the options those rights present?
Yes, sir.
And understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty to that charge today freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, would you like to walk your client through the voir dire process? Give me the facts I need.
Certainly, Your Honor. Mr. Koval, on the day in question, we were operating a motor vehicle within the jurisdiction of this court,
Yes.
and that was actually in the city of Belleville, correct?
Yes.
And had you been consuming alcohol prior to operating that motor vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And did a police officer at some point in time stop your vehicle for speeding?
Yes.
Okay, and do you believe that consuming that alcohol impaired your ability to drive that motor vehicle?
Yes.
And did you take a data master breathalyzer test at the request of the police officer?
Yes.
And were the results of that test a 0.14, 0.14?
Yes.
And Your Honor, we stipulate to the 0.14 for purposes of this plea.
I'm satisfied with the plea if you are, counsel.
Yes, I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, I'll dismiss the speeding ticket. I'll dismiss the original misdemeanor charge. Refer Mr. Koval's file to the probation department. They'll reach out for a pre-sentence interview by Zoom and sentencing. One thing I need to do is, Mr. Koval, if you've got an email address that you use, I'll give that to the probation department. They like to use that as a contact if you've got it.
Yes, sir. JAK 1987 JAK@gmail.com.
All right, so Jack 1987 Jack at Gmail.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. All right. And counsel, I've got a little reminder on my file. It looks like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10 files that were set up for a pretrial or review on November 18th. Looks like all ordinance violations, technical requirements, some animal ordinance violations. Are you representing Mr. Koval on those?
Your Honor, I've discussed those matters with him. He's trying to work those out on his own, I believe.
All right, Mr. Koval, what happened on the 18th?
I originally wasn't aware of any of the ordinance tickets.
All right, my question is, did you talk to somebody about those on the 18th?
No.
Okay, all right. All right, my clerk just brought in, it just got filed yesterday. The prosecutors filed a motion to show cause on one of those files. Let's see which one it is. One of the violation of technical requirements files. So you'll be receiving a copy of that motion, and we'll let you know when that's going to be heard. So you'll get more information on those. All right.
Thank
so
you.
On the drinking and driving charge, any questions on that one, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Have a good day, gentlemen.
Thank you, Judge. Take care.
Mr. Robinson, what can we do for you today?
Judge, this is, I'm not sure how it got on your docket, but this is a certificate of occupancy matter, and so I'm working.
DAL Holdings?
Yeah.
Well, while you're here, could you have any meaningful conversation with Josh?
I talked to him briefly, maybe about 15 or 20 minutes ago. But really, what I'm looking at, Judge, we're doing a application for zoning compliance of existing structures. So I'm working with the city to get resolved. I just need a little bit of time.
All right, sounds like what we should do is adjourn it and just make sure it ends up in somebody else's docket.
Officer Schick is coming back on right now. He just texted me. He's back now if they want to talk briefly before the adjournment.
Mr. Robinson, would you like to speak to Officer Schick?
Sure.
All right, and while you're doing that, Heather will look into some dates for one of the other judges.
You have them, Judge. The adjournment dates are for Judge Martin next month.
Yeah, but technically somebody down there's got to make that blind draw to see who this goes to when I recuse.
Oh, okay. Leanna is in with Mr. Everybody else is Leanna. Yes.
Let's do that, Van Buren. Let's bring Van Buren and let me take care of that arrangement.
Yes.
Yep. Good morning, Van Buren Township.
Good morning.
Can you bring, Heather, can we send, somehow, maybe have one of the guys tell Angela to step in here, see if we can do a pretrial on this right now too?
You want me to go tell her? You want me to go just go to her office?
Yeah,
real quick?
thanks, Josh. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah. All right. Is your name Rebecca Rose?
Yes, it is, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I've got a file here from February 10, 2020, contributing to delinquency of a minor. Let's see. I believe you missed a court date.
Yes, I was told about it yesterday, Your Honor, by my probation officer. I did not receive anything in the mail, so I was not aware of that court date.
Are you on probation at our court or some other court, Ms. Rose?
I do believe it's 36th district.
So downtown?
Detroit? It was from here in Van Buren.
What was the charge?
There was a couple different charges. The charge that I'm on probation for is assault of a police officer.
All right, so that sounds like you're on probation out of the Third Circuit?
Yep.
Okay. All right. All right. Good morning, Miss Manarino.
Morning, Judge. How are you?
Excellent. Does she have a new file today as well?
No, Your Honor, there's not a new file. I was just alerted in speaking with the counselor at Lincoln that Adrian has not been attending school, and so he wanted to see if we could do something to stick to the old warrant.
Okay, and that's the reason for the show cause that she missed the court date on, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I know at one point we did send officers out to her house. That would have been in September of last year, to try and make contact about the issues with the attendance, because according to the school, this has been going on for an extended period.
All right, and her son's name is Adrian?
The child's name is Adrian.
many people talking at the same time. What's your son's name, Miss Rose?
It's my daughter and her name is Adrian Rose.
Adrian Rose. All right. And
Yes.
is Adrian Rose still enrolled in Lincoln schools?
Yes, she is. I actually spoke to the officer today about that. I have contacted her school multiple times, the counselor and the principal, and have gotten no calls back. I can show you, if you would like, I could pull up records on my phone of how many times I have called them. So this is a school issue. I've tried to contact and do my part to keep my daughter in school. She does the online portion, but I don't want her in public school going to school due to the fact that we just found out that her sister has cancer. So I would prefer not to have her in school where she could be, you know, exposed to the corona.
Good. Germ carrier.
Because my
All right.
oldest daughter doesn't need that right now.
So she's enrolled in the virtual school program?
Yes, she is, but she was, okay, so originally when school started back in September, she wanted to go back to school. So I signed the paperwork to allow her to go back to school. She was physically going back to school for about a month and a half. After that, she said that she didn't want to do it anymore and they were offering the online only. So I had contacted the school multiple times to try to enroll her. They have not contacted me back. She still does her schooling online, like she still does all of her work. She's still getting report cards. It's just the fact that they mark her absent due to the fact that she's not physically there.
But they're still letting her do all the virtual stuff.
Yep. That's why I don't understand, like, I don't understand any of this at all, sir.
All right, Ms. Manarino, how do you want to proceed?
Your Honor, I mean, the information I have from the school is that this started, you know, the first report I have was back when Adrian was in 7th grade, which is back in 2019. I got a similar report in 2020 that she wasn't attending, and then I got the report from Mr. Moore yesterday that Ms. Rose still was not attending school.
Okay,
So-
ma'am, I'm sorry, but in 2020,
Ms.
she
Rose,
was,
do not interrupt anyone again.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to add, I'm sorry, sir.
Do not interrupt anyone again.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Your Honor, so I think, you know, given that this has been going on from what the school is telling me for 3 school years, I would like to, you know, would make an offer to Ms. Rose for a plea. I'd like the court to, you know, keep tabs on Adrian's attendance because it looks like it's been a problem for the last several years.
Can I speak?
All right, no.
Okay.
Ms. Rose, this charge carries a possible penalty of up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs. Understood?
Yes.
Okay, so what the prosecutor is offering is if you plead guilty to this charge, we'll put it on a delayed sentence, probably given where we're at in the school year. What are you looking at? 9 months, 6 months?
I think 6 months would be sufficient, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So during that 6 months, as long as you stay out of trouble, no new criminal offenses, and we get things straightened out so that Adrian is going to school, either virtual or live or whatever you decide is best for your family, and the schools have all their paperwork straightened out so that they're not letting the police department and the prosecutor's office know there's a attendance issue. Then at the end of that 6 months, this is dismissed. It does not go on your record or stay on your record as a permanent conviction. You understand that offer?
Yes, I do, sir.
Are you prepared to go forward today without an attorney, or would you like to speak to the court-appointed attorney?
I'm okay without an attorney, sir.
Did I give you enough information to make a decision?
Yes, you did.
What's your decision, ma'am?
I'm gonna go ahead and plead guilty and do the 6 months.
All right.
Try to get this
Okay,
figured
so here's
out.
what you need to do. Here's what you need to do. You need to get straight with the schools so your records and their records are all on the same page. If you're having
Okay.
any problems, I want you to contact Christine Oswald at the 34th District Court. She's my probation officer for my juvenile program. She can help you with resources and so on to help you get straightened out so you're not having any problems like this.
Okay, thank you
Understood?
very much, sir.
I've got your address on Freedom Way. That's a good one.
Yes, it is.
All right. Do you have any questions?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, so just so you know, next time if there's a next time and you're standing in front of me and Miss Manorino is telling me there's still attendance issues, the only way you're not in trouble with me is if Miss Oswald says, Judge, Mom has been working with me. She's tried everything I've suggested. We're just having trouble getting it worked out. So Miss Oswald is an important person for you to reach out to if you're having issues. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
Not that I can think of, sir.
All right, you're all set. Good luck. Thank you, Van Buren.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Judge, we have Cornelius Dixon.
Good morning, Mr. Dixon. Scheduled when?
Fly on her shoulder.
8:50.
8:50. Yep.
And Your Honor, Mr. Dixon is my client. He has several files going on. I did negotiate a plea with Mr. Kaplan. Mr. Kaplan does want him in the sobriety court. I reached out to Shannon. She sent over the referral that Mr. Dixon has filled out, as well as the testing referral. He has to call and get that set up. So we've started the process for Mr. Dixon. I think we just need a little more time. I was just talking to Josh. I think his offer is contingent on Mr. Dixon getting into the sobriety court.
Okay. January 6th, January 20.
I'm already coming on the 6th, Your Honor, if that's fine. Mr. Dixon, will that give you enough time to get everything accomplished? You're muted, sir. You have to unmute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you heard me all the time. Okay, you said January 6th?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That give you enough time?
Yes, sir.
All right. And
may I ask a question?
all right, this takes care of both files, correct, Ms. Belcher?
The plea will, he does have a new file that he hasn't been arraigned on, Your Honor. For purposes of arraignment on the newer case, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. We would ask that his bond be continued. Like I said, he is going to be starting to test through the sobriety court referral, and that should ease any concerns that the court has with the number of OWIs that are before the court.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll adjourn it till January 6th at 9:10. And bond will be continued on the older file and the same bond on the new file. That makes sense. Mr. Dixon, any questions?
Your Honor, I'd just like to ask for an extension on my last payment plan. I'm waiting for funds to come in and I did not make it on the, I believe, the 20th or the 22nd.
Looks like it was due the 23rd. What did you owe us?
50 something, I think it's $53.
All right, and when can you pay it?
Let's say Monday.
You want to just skip the November payment and get back on track in December?
If you could, that would really help.
Yeah,
So
so basically you're just, we're gonna add that November payment to the end.
okay, thank you.
Okay, anything else?
No, Your
Have a
Honor.
good day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next is
Heather?
Muriel Pooley, Pulley.
What time?
9 a.m.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Pulley.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I've got 4 files, I think. 4 files with your name on them. From October 17, 2021. I've got 3 misdemeanors: malicious destruction of private property, reckless driving, and drove while license suspended, revoked, or denied. Each one of those carries a possible penalty of up to $500 fines plus court costs. Each one is up to 93 days in jail. You understand those charges and the possible penalties?
Yes, sir.
I've also got a 4th file, which is a civil infraction, no insurance. That one you can plead responsible or not responsible. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's see. The prosecutor has made an offer. All right, so if you plead guilty to disorderly person, then the reckless driving misdemeanor and the drove while license suspended and the malicious destruction of private property would be dismissed. So you're going to plead to a added charge, and the 3 misdemeanors would be dismissed. If you do that, the prosecutors asked me to take the disorderly person charge under a 6-month delayed sentence. During a delayed sentence period, you'd have to do whatever I tell you to do as far as stay out of trouble, maybe pay some court costs, maybe pay some restitution, those types of things. But as long as you do everything you're supposed to at the end of 6 months, that charge would then be dismissed. It would not stay on your record as a conviction. In addition to that, you'd be pleading responsible to the civil infraction of no insurance. Did I get that right, Mr. Kaplan?
Your Honor, I believe the no insurance was a
no.
misdemeanor. It was misdemeanor, no insurance, and leaving the scene of the accident as well as part of all this plea, with the restitution for the phone that was allegedly broken.
All right, that's not matching my paperwork. I've got 3 misdemeanors, none of which are failed to stop or leaving the scene. And I've got 1 civil infraction, no insurance.
So I would, okay, so there's a 2 files. So just for the record, Your Honor, he would plead to the no insurance. I would reduce the destruction of property to the disorderly person with restitution, dismiss, and then with regards to the reckless driving and driving license suspended, if he would plead to a fail to stop at an accident, and there is enough for that, then I would dismiss the reckless and driving the license suspended as part of this deal.
Okay, and fail to stop being the misdemeanor fail.
Yeah, fail to stop at an accident misdemeanor and no insurance misdemeanor. And then a disorderly person as well under advisement or deferment.
Okay. All right, Mr. Pooley, all those new misdemeanors would be punishable by up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs. You understand the offer?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you prepared to go forward today without an attorney, or would you like to speak to the court-appointed attorney?
I would like to speak to my court-appointed attorney first.
Okay. No problem. We'll put you in a breakout room with Miss Belcher.
Okay.
Leanna, can you go in there, please? Next, I have Gregory Roach, R-O-A-C-H, at 9:20 with his attorney.
Heather, what happened to Newlander?
He is in the, I'll bring him in a minute. I just put him in the waiting room just because we were waiting. So I bring him in now.
That's fine. That's fine. Counsel, your appearance for Mr. Roach, please.
Morning, Your Honor. Christopher Brown, on behalf of Mr. Roach, today's a date and time set for pretrial arraignment. I'll waive the reading of the complaint, stand by client mute.
Thank you very much. Counsel, have you had some discussion with Mr. Kaplan? It looks like there's a plea offer in the file.
Judge, I have not, I haven't seen it. I have not received discovery. Apparently the records custodian at the police department was on vacation. So I haven't seen any discovery, but I could discuss things with Mr. Kaplan. We haven't, I haven't been heard an offer.
Okay. I could throw you in a breakout room with him.
I'd appreciate that, Judge.
Sure, sure. All right. Got that, Heather?
Yes, I do, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Roach, just hang out where you're at.
I tried bringing in Mr. Newlander and he's not coming in. I'm going to bring in Maya Gilmore. She's next on the list in our time frames.
G-I-L.
Correct.
Looks like she's having trouble connecting.
Of course. I'm gonna bring in Ashley Walker. See if she can
Good
connect.
morning. Hey, when you get a chance, can you come up here so I can talk to you while I'm still on the bench? Thanks. Oh, that's all right. That's fine. Okay. I'm sorry, who'd you bring in?
Last name Walker, Ashley. She is connected. She's at 9:30.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Walker.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Walker, I've got a file here from April 23rd, 2017. Two charges. Count one was operating while intoxicated, enhanced penalty, which is punishable by up to $1,000 fines plus court costs up to 1 year in jail. And count two was reckless driving, up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs. The prosecutor has made an offer on the file. If you plead guilty to intoxicated driving, the enhanced driving charge would be dismissed. If you plead responsible to a civil infraction, careless driving, the reckless driving misdemeanor would be dismissed. The intoxicated driving would be up to $500 fines plus court costs up to 93 days in jail. The careless driving, as I said, is a civil infraction with fines and costs, no jail time. Do you understand the offer that's been made?
Yes.
Would you like to go forward today without an attorney, or would you like to speak to a court-appointed attorney?
I would like to speak to attorney, please.
All right, we'll put you in the line to talk to Ms. Belcher when she's available.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I'm going to bring in Mr. Mijas. He is here for Russell Hinson, Hinson.
Thank you.
They are at 9:40.
Thanks. Counsel, your appearance for Hinson, please.
Yes, sir. Harry Mijas on behalf of Mr. Henson.
All right, thank you.
P number
Counsel,
6417.
Thank you. Counsel, the prosecutors put a plea offer in the file, plea to impaired, the original charge dismissed.
Your Honor, I was
He
hoping to
says
adjourn.
up to- I'm
I was
sorry?
hoping to adjourn today's pretrial. I only received discovery yesterday afternoon. Apparently the mail is not what it used to be. And
Certainly
the recording that we have only has audio, no video to it. So
How about 9:20 on January 6th?
let me look, Your Honor. Apologize for the delay. I don't want to put your schedule back.
We just hope you're feeling better.
That would be fine. You're on 9:20 or yeah, 9:20 on the 6th.
January 6th. Mr. Hinson, you catching this?
Yes, sir.
All right, that date works for you?
Absolutely.
All right, your bond is continued. Have a good day, gentlemen.
You too.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I just put Mr. Roach and his attorney in a breakout room. I'm bringing in Lauren Jora. Oh, she's not. Oh, she's connecting now.
Dora is with Leanne on this one already. And I think they need to talk.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
And I will. Ms. Jora, I understand you need to speak to the attorney, so you are second in line. So I am going to put you back in the waiting room until the attorney is available, okay?
Okay.
Sorry, Judge, I'm trying to find people that are at a regular time.
I got you. Yep.
I'm gonna bring in this phone and this phone number. On the telephone ending in 2522, what is your name, please?
Maya Gilmer.
Oh, thank you. All right. We lost you. Last name Gilmer, Judge, Gilmer.
Yes, Gilmer.
What time?
9:10.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Gilmer.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I've got a file here from June 12, 2021. The charge is harassment. This is a misdemeanor, carries a possible penalty of up to $500 fines plus court costs and up to 93 days in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. The prosecutor is not making any offer at this time, so your options are you can plead guilty, you can set the case for trial. Would you like to go forward today without an attorney? Or would you like to speak to the court-appointed attorney?
Before I do anything, I would like to speak to a court-appointed attorney.
Sure.
All right, Miss
We'll put you in
Gilmer.
the line to talk to Ms. Belcher.
Yep, there's two ahead of you, so I'm going to put you back in the waiting room, but I will mark that you are the the third one to go with her, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Galaxy phone, what's your name?
He's still not connecting. Okay, I'm lost. I think he's Mr. Newlander.
Keep going. Ms. Belcher, what do you got?
Your Honor, we're going to set Mr. Foley up with another court date. There can't be an attorney-client relationship established here. I think we can get Mr. Bowditch or another MIDC counsel involved.
I'm Mr. Pulley, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Pulley, the court said, the court rules say I've got to give you a court-appointed attorney. Doesn't mean I got to give you the one you want. So I'm going to give you one more chance, see if you can work it out with the next one. If not, you're on your own or you hire your own. Understood?
Yes, sir.
January 6th, 9:20. Actually, is that going to be you, Ms. Belcher, that day?
Your Honor, they have not put out the schedule for January. I do have some carryover cases, but I can work with whomever is assigned, or if I am the attorney that day, I'll make sure that there's another attorney that's put on.
That's fine. All right, so we'll adjourn all this, Mr. Pulley. We got 4 different files. We're going to adjourn them all till that date. Understood?
Yes, sir. So January 6th at 9:20 in the morning.
Yes, sir. Any questions?
Okay.
Your Honor, I would just request an updated phone number for Mr. Pulley, so when I do get him another attorney assigned, they can reach out. Mr. Pulley, do you mind giving that to me?
Yes. You ready
Go ahead.
for it?
Yes, sir.
310-266-5749.
Thank you. I will get you another attorney, sir, and they will call you, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Pulley, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
You're all set.
Okay, I see you on January 6th. Am I okay to leave?
You're okay to leave. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
I'm looking for one that doesn't need Leanna so far.
Heather,
Yes.
on Quentin Lay, the complaining witness has been here for about 35 minutes. She just gave me a call.
Okay, I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I'm Ashley Kimball.
Yes, okay.
Could you just bring, if we could, Your Honor, if you'd be willing to just, it was a final pretrial, just to let her know that, or let her come on in and just put it on the record that if, assuming Mr. Lay shows up, she wants to continue with the charges.
He's been here too, but I haven't been
Okay.
able to bring him in because I've been waiting for Leanna.
Got you. I'm sorry. She just
that's
told me she's at work. That's all.
Okay.
Or Heather, if you could just put me in a breakout room with her when she connects, that'd be great.
Yep, I'll put you in right now. If you want to go back to that room, Josh, and I'll
Yeah,
put
no
her
problem.
in with
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to bring in Rashad Glenn. Oh, sorry, yes.
Rashad, what?
Rashad Glenn, Glenn. Are you noticing a lot of these people aren't on the docket?
I haven't gotten to that point. I'm just looking at all the people in the waiting room and trying to figure out who they all are.
I was too. A lot of them I can't decipher. Mr. Lay, we're waiting for the attorney and for the prosecutor. It'll be just a few minutes.
Okay.
Are you on top of those 17 chat messages?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. Mr. Glenn can't connect.
I'm going to bring in Amanda. I already chatted her, but I don't know what her last name. Oh, I'm going to think it's Amanda Bias, B-I-A-S. Let's try her. She's connected, Judge. Amanda, is your last name Bias, B-I-A-S?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Bias, I've got a file from August 23, 2021. The charge is larceny. It is punishable by up to $500 fines plus court costs and up to 93 days in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The prosecutor has made an offer on the file. If you plead guilty to that charge, the prosecutor's asked me to take it under a 6-month deferred sentence. What that means is for 6 months, as long as you do what I tell you to do, stay out of trouble, pay whatever court costs are assessed, then at the end of 6 months, the matter is dismissed. It will not stay on your record as a misdemeanor conviction. Do you understand the offer?
Yes.
Are you prepared to go forward today without an attorney, or would you like to speak to the court-appointed attorney?
I'm prepared to go forward without the attorney.
Did I give you enough information to make a decision, ma'am?
Yes.
What would you like to do today?
I'll take the offer.
All right, you understand the possible penalty for the charge, ma'am?
Yes.
You understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, understanding that, are you pleading guilty to this charge freely and voluntarily today?
Yes.
Rashad Glenn.
On August 23, 2021 in Romulus, what happened that makes you think you're guilty of larceny?
I found a wallet, and instead of leaving it with the cashier clerk, I grabbed it and then I taped the ID to the front of it and I dropped it in the blue mailbox in the front of my trailer park.
Okay, where's the larceny?
I guess the point of me grabbing it and not giving it to the cashier clerk, but I didn't steal anything out of the wallet or anything. I taped the ID to the front of it and mailed it, put it in the blue mailbox to mail back.
Okay, well, if you didn't take any property with the intention of making it your own, then that's not a larceny.
I just was trying to get the court stuff over with. Like, I have 5 kids. I'm a single mom. I currently don't have a job right now, and I already missed one court date from this.
I understand all that, but I cannot accept a guilty plea just because you don't want to have to come back. I have to have a factual basis.
But then I guess I can't plead guilty because I didn't take anything out of the wallet or anything like that. I mailed it back.
Mr. Kaplan, do you have any more information that might help us out?
Is this on bias, Your Honor? If I may
Yes.
pull up the report.
Sure.
Let's see. Just on the surveillance video, Your Honor, it shows the victim conduct a transaction at the further east register. The victim is seen setting a tan wallet on the counter. The victim then moved to the further west register with her wallet still on the other counter. The victim then leaves the store without grabbing her wallet. The suspect followed behind the victim, conducting a transaction at the east register. The suspect set her own wallet on the counter next to the victim's. When the suspect finished her transaction, she is seen taking both wallets and both her wallet and the victim's. The suspect conducted another transaction at the west register before leaving the store, and then she left. She left. She stated to the officers, Ms. Bias stated to the officer she took the wallet by accident and did not realize she had it because she had two kids with her. And then she said she had mailed it to somebody, I'm not sure. However, per the the complaining witness, Your Honor, she received a notice in the mail about an attempt to open a Victoria's Secret credit card with her information after the wallet was taken. And per the police report, it was pretty clear that she took both wallets, without an incidental occurrence.
Ms. Bias, with those facts, I could accept a no contest plea. A no contest plea is you telling the court that you're not fighting the charge against you. You understand that?
Yes.
Would you like to plead no contest?
Yes.
All right. I'll go along with Mr. Kaplan's recommendation for a deferred sentence for 6 months. Your address on Beach Street is a good one.
Yes.
Phone number 271-3474.
Yes.
All right. Anything you want me to consider before I set the terms of this sentence?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I'll go 6 months. Stay out of trouble. No new criminal offenses. Court costs are assessed the amount of $300. I can give you a payment plan if you want to make monthly payments, or I can just give you 30 days to pay it all.
If you can give me a payment plan, like I said, I haven't had a job since August.
How much can you pay every month?
Like $50 a month.
That's fine. Can you start that on or before January 5?
I could probably make the payment on the 5th of January.
Okay, that'll work. Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
You're all set.
Thank you.
Judge, Mr. Kaplan is wondering if we can let Miss Kimball go. She is on the lay case that Leanna is in the breakout room with her client. Miss Kimball is the victim and she needs to get back to work. She was just requested to be here today to see what Leanna wanted to do next.
Yeah, I can't imagine why we need her today.
Yeah, it was set for a final pretrial, so she was here at 9:10, I believe, for it, and she wants to continue with the charges, Your Honor.
That's fine. Ms. Kimball, you're free to leave. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Brian Newlander. He's here now.
Mr. Newlander, unmute yourself, please.
He has trouble with, okay, there he goes.
Okay, is that better? Am I good? Anybody?
You're Mr. Newlander. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, good. All right, so we're good then. Sorry, I'm not very good at technology.
I've got a file here dated July 1/21. The charge is reckless driving. That's a misdemeanor. Carries a possible penalty of up to $500 fines plus court costs and up to 93 days in jail. If this goes on your record, it'll also go on your traffic record, and Secretary of State will give you 6 points. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
I think it's 6 points, isn't it, Josh? 6 points?
6 points, yes, and a 90-day suspension.
Yeah. Thank you. Mr. Newlander, the prosecutor's made an offer. If you plead responsible to careless driving, he's asking me to dismiss the reckless driving. Careless driving is a civil infraction, so there's no jail time. There will be 3 points assessed on your driving record and fines and costs. Do you understand the offer?
Yes, sir.
Are you prepared to go forward today without an attorney, or would you like to speak to a court-appointed attorney?
No, I'm good. I made a mistake and it happened and there's nothing I can do to change it.
All right.
if I
Does
can,
that mean you're taking, does that mean
Yes,
you're
sir.
taking the prosecutor's offer, sir?
yes, sir.
Okay, I'll accept your plea to careless. I'll dismiss the misdemeanor charge. Is there anything you want me to consider before I assess fines and costs?
Yeah, what happened was I was driving home from work and I broke my glasses and I went the wrong way on 94. I went west instead of east coming home. And then I ran out of
Right.
gas. And I got stuck on the side of the road, not even realizing that I ran out of gas for like 12 hours after working 12 hours in the heat. And then when finally an Augusta Township police officer showed up and he called somebody to give me gas, I didn't even realize I was out of gas. And I was driving home, and by that time I was exhausted, everything. And then it happened. It's my fault. I'm not shunning the responsibility. I screwed up. You know, I should have just got a hotel room, but I had lost my license at the same time. So it's kind of hard to get a hotel room without a license. I wish I could do it over. It was stupid. I've never been in trouble. I stay out of trouble. I don't bother nobody. And it happened. In the meantime, now I'm on disability because of my memory's going bad. And I don't know. It is what it is. You know, I screwed up.
All right, I'm gonna assess fines and costs on the careless of $250. I can give you a monthly payment plan, or I can just tell you to pay it all within 30 days, whatever works for you.
If I can do the monthly payment plan, that would be great. Thank you so much.
How
I'm
much,
so thankful this is over.
how much per month?
I can at least pay 50,
And can you start?
if not
that on
more. I
before
might
the
just
5th of
pay it
January?
all off. I don't know yet.
Well, we'll always take money early, but can you start that on or before January 5th?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir.
You're all set. Enjoy your day.
Thank you. You too.
Miss Belcher, thank you, sir. Miss Belcher, what do you got?
Your Honor, I have two ready. I have Ashley Walker and Quentin Lay.
All right, let's do Miss Walker, because I got her file in front of me.
Yes, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Ms. Walker. For arraignment purposes, we waive formal reading and stand mute. Ms. Walker wants to start the conditions for sobriety court to be screened. I would like to give her an opportunity to do that. We would ask for a return date, and I will get her in contact with Ms. Rapp so she can get her testing referral as well as the screening paperwork.
I'll just make a note in the file. We'll adjourn this for plea. We'll adjourn it to January 6th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your
And
Honor.
let's call it, you're welcome. Let's set it at 9:30. We already got a couple for you earlier at 9:10, I think.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Walker, your bond is continued. Actually, I don't think you have a bond.
No.
Doesn't look like she's been arraigned yet. So would you stand mute, wait formal reading?
That is correct, Your Honor. And for bond purposes, we would ask that Your Honor consider a personal bond. She's collecting Social Security. She's a full-time mom. She has two kids that she's responsible for.
Right? Yeah, definitely put her on a personal. Ms. Walker, conditions on your bond.
Yes.
Stay out of trouble. No new criminal
I
charges.
sure will.
Do not purchase, possess, or consume any mood-altering substance unless you got a doctor's prescription, and cooperate with Ms. Belcher so we can move your file along. You got all that?
Okay. Yes, I sure do.
Raise-
Thank you so
raise
much.
your right hand. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court in the amount of $1,000 if you mess up?
Yes.
Any questions for Ms. Belcher before we kick you out of the Zoom meeting?
Nope.
Enjoy your day.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Your appearance for Mr. Lay, Ms. Belcher.
Leanna Belcher on behalf of Mr. Lay. Mr. Lay, state your name, sir.
Quentin Lay.
Your Honor, Mr. Lay is set for a final pretrial today. I did see the complainant previously on Zoom stating that we will be requesting a bench trial. I did go over Mr. Lay's right to have a trial by jury. He does wish to waive that and have this case heard by Your Honor.
Mr. Lay, you're waiving your jury?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's schedule this for December 16th at 11:30.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Your Honor, I have two preliminary examinations in 36th District Court in person that day, so I will not be able to do that.
All right, Heather, you'll contact Ms. Belcher?
I will. I don't know the next date, Leanna, right now.
Yeah, not a problem. I know you'll contact Heather.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, Mr. Lay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, Mr. Brown is back out with Mr. Roach. They had been in the breakout room.
Yep. Mr. Brown, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
What's your pleasure?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that the prosecutors offered to dismiss the assault and battery. My client will plead guilty to the malicious destruction of property under a delayed sentence for 1 year. It's my understanding.
Mr. Kaplan, is that correct?
Your Honor, it was malicious structure property, 1 year deferred, yes. And then were some terms, I'm just pulling up to get the sheet back. No contact with Alexis Williams as part of that plea, and defendant is not to return to the Napa on 30550 E-Course Road. And as part of that, we would dismiss the assault and battery as well.
Agreed, Mr. Brown.
Agreed, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Roach, you understand that no contest means you're not fighting the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've discussed your rights with Mr. Brown. You understand those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand the options those rights give you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Understanding all of that, you're pleading no contest freely and voluntarily. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, gentlemen, I do not have a police report, so I can't get a factual basis unless one of you fill me in.
Your Honor, I could fill you in.
Go.
Your Honor, the police report indicates that Mr. Roach was at the Napa Auto Parts store in Romulus, and that there was an argument with the cashier there. And the bottom line is Mr. Roach took a bottle of transmission fluid for sale and tossed it against the wall, damaging that bottle. I think the bottle was valued at $10. That's my understanding.
It was $11.97, but who's counting? Your Honor, that's enough for our factual basis, I believe.
All right. People are satisfied. Defense is satisfied with the factual basis?
Defense is satisfied, Your Honor.
I am as well. I'll dismiss the A and B charge. Anything before I assess sentence, counsel?
Yes, yeah, Your Honor, just to inform the court, my client's 45 years of age. He's been married 23 years. He has 2 children. He's employed at Fleet Collision in Romulus as an auto body technician. He's actually served as a personal ministries director for his church, the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Belleville. I have recommendations from his pastor, Pastor Oregon, and my client is now in a position to achieve a pastor position as a pastor in the church. So, of course, this incident.
I found something that was 2 days old in there, but I can't find yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge, I was interrupted. So, of course, this incident is really embarrassing for him. He's going to be a leader. He is repentant. And Judge, on his own, he actually took a psychological evaluation on his own. And Dr. Liverpool, in his opinion, stated that he believes this is an isolated incident. And I believe that to be true. I tried to get to the bottom of what happened. And essentially, Judge, my client, his home was flooded during the floodings in Romulus. His insurance company denied the claim. So he was very frustrated that day, Judge. So I do believe this is an anomaly. My experience with Mr. Roach, he's a mild-mannered, very articulate, thoughtful person. And I don't believe that he'll be back in front of this court again. And Judge, I have nothing further.
All right. Thank you, counsel. Good elocution. Mr. Roach, anything you want to add? Don't feel that you have to. I just want to give you the opportunity.
No, but I appreciate it, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. All right, I'm going to go along with the prosecutor's recommendation for 12-month delayed sentence. Court costs are assessed in the amount of $400. Can you pay that within 30 days, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
So any chance that your address on Spring Hill is going to change within the next 12 months?
Not unless the Lord comes.
Well, if you move, let us know where to find you, because if there's a problem, we'll send you a notice so you can explain what happened.
Okay, thank you.
All right, good day, gentlemen.
Thank you, Your Honor.
She's in there. Oh, Leanna's gone. Sorry. Next is going to be Glenn.
Good morning, Mr. Glenn.
Good morning. Good morning.
Mr. Glenn, I've got a file here from October 14, 21, charges operating while intoxicated. Possible penalty for that is up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
The prosecutor's made an offer on the file. If you plead guilty to the added charge of impaired driving, which has lesser license sanctions with Secretary of State, the prosecutor's asked me to dismiss the operating while intoxicated. Do you understand the charge and
Yes,
the
sir.
offer?
Yes, sir.
Are you prepared to go forward today without an attorney, or would you like to speak to the court appointed?
I'll go with that one.
Are you prepared to make a decision on that offer today, sir?
Yes.
What's your decision, please?
Guilty.
You're going to take the deal from the prosecutor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Did you drive a vehicle in Romulus on that date of October 14?
Yes, sir.
And prior to driving, did you consume some alcohol?
Yes, sir.
And did you take a breath test for the police?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what the test results were, Mr. Glenn?
He said I blew a 0.11.
Right. All right, based on your comments, I can accept your plea to the added charge. I'll dismiss the original charge. I've got your address on Princeton. Is that a good address?
Yes, sir.
Phone number 899-8110.
Yes, sir.
Do you have an email address?
Rashad.Glenn@yahoo.com.
All right, Rashad.Glenn at where?
Yahoo, Glenn@yahoo.com.
Yep, gotcha.
So
All
what,
right.
all right, go
Next-
ahead. I'm sorry.
Next step in the proceedings, Mr. Glenn, you're going to hear from our probation department. They're going to schedule with you for a pre-sentence interview that they'll do on Zoom, just like we're meeting now.
All right.
After that interview, the probation department's going to prepare a recommendation of sentencing. You'll get a chance to see that. I'll see that. Then you and I will meet again for sentencing, and we'll talk before I sentence or set the sentence terms. You understand all that?
What you mean by like sentencing time and stuff like that? Like,
Well, whether or not there's fines, cost, maybe some classes are ordered, maybe you'll be put on probation, just all those different things are possibilities.
all right. So what do I do about my license? They
Good.
snip. Yes, sir.
Right. All right, I'm going to put you on a personal bond. Condition number 1, stay out of trouble. Condition number 2, don't purchase, possess, or consume any mood-altering substance unless you've got a doctor's prescription. Condition number 3, cooperate with my probation department so we can move this thing along. Got all
Yes,
that?
sir. Yes, sir.
Raise
I
your
have a
right
question.
hand for me. Not yet. I'll get to you.
All
Do
right.
you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court amount of $1,000 if you violate bond?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's your question?
What do I do about my license? Do I just keep carrying around the paper they gave me because they snipped like the expired date?
I have no idea because I have nothing to do with licenses anymore.
All right.
You can probably contact the Secretary of State or maybe even look on their website and get that answer.
All right.
Good luck, sir. Have a nice day.
All right. Thank you. You too.
Judge, just so you know, I pulled in Miss Knapp. Her client it's at 950 Philip Cherbajian. But when Leanna gets back, Leanna has at least 3 she's ready to go on.
Okay. Counsel, your appearance for Cherbajian.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leslie Knapp appearing on behalf of the defendant, Philip Cherbajian.
And what are we doing today? Oh, there's a plea offer in the file.
I did not know that.
All right. Well, there's a plea offer in one file because we've got a Van Buren file and we've got a Romulus file.
Right. Van Buren, my client actually, I believe, pled guilty back in 2018. He was referred to the Wayne District Court's mental health court, but did not carry through.
Right.
Yeah.
That's ringing bells.
Yeah.
Your Honor, and for the record on the Romulus case, I have not been able to reach the complaining witness on this. Depending on when you're ready to call for it, I believe Ms. Knapp will have a motion on that, given it's a final pretrial with victim to appear.
This was scheduled at 9:50. It's now 10:16 by my clock, correct?
Correct.
Correct,
All right.
Your Honor.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ms. Knapp, this was, on the Ramos file, it was set for final pretrial. Do
It
you have a
was, Your
motion?
Honor. I would move to dismiss the case, Your Honor.
All right, and you have explained or will explain to your client that this is dismissed without prejudice.
I will explain that to him, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, as to the Van Buren file, how do you want to proceed on this one? It looks like he's got to get sentenced eventually.
Yeah, I would actually ask that the court proceed to sentencing after allowing me to allocute on Mr. Turbajian's behalf.
Knock yourself out.
Your Honor, Mr. Turbajian is 60 years old. He has been for many years now, a number of years, diagnosed with bipolar 1 disorder, with severe manic episodes. Obviously, at the time this happened in 2018, he was having a severe manic episode. He was not compliant at that time with his medication, and apparently was having some irrational and paranoid thoughts, excessive mood swings, and a lot of risky behaviors. He was actually hospitalized 3 times in 2018 for psychiatric reasons. In May of 2020, he was hospitalized for over 2 months. I would note that he is under the care and supervision of Lincoln Behavioral Services, and his case manager is here in my office today. He is living in a group home in Southfield. He is medication compliant. He's engaged in therapy every week, and he goes to group therapy twice a week for co-occurring disorders. He's doing extremely well. And if you have any other group home, how long have you been there?
About a year and a half.
About a year and a half.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And he's very lucky in that he has a lot of support from not only Lincoln Behavioral, but from his family, although none of them live near here. Phil was actually originally, he's from Long Island, and he was a mechanic for Northwest Airlines, which is how he went to Minneapolis and then came to Detroit, working for them until his mental health issues surfaced.
Okay.
So under those
Sounds like things are on track.
circumstances, I'm sorry?
Sounds like things are well on track.
Oh, he's doing great. Yeah. It's very nice to see after all the things we do see. I think a short term of maybe non-reporting probation, as long as he is compliant with staying in his group home, taking his meds, and staying with Lincoln Behavioral Services. I thought about asking for a referral, another referral to the Wayne Mental Health Court, but quite honestly, I think he'd be taking up a space that somebody else would need a lot more.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%. He doesn't need the court to get him where he's already at.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think that makes perfect sense. Okay. All right. Sir, anything you want to add to what your attorney has told me? Don't feel that you have to. I just want to give you a chance to talk.
No, that's pretty much it. I'm going to like a group therapy and co-occurring disorders. It's and one other art therapy. So I'm going 3 times a week, and I'm doing better than I've done in a long time. So everything's good.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sentence you to 6 months non-reporting probation. Stay out of trouble. Keep working the program with Lincoln. I'm not assessing any court costs or fines. So just keep doing what you've been doing.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And thank
job,
you,
counsel.
Mr.
Thank you.
Kaplan.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, Ms. Knapp.
You too. Take care. I'll talk to you.
While we're waiting, I'm bringing Mr. Haydar in for his client Elias. Mr. Taylor, we're just waiting for your attorney to come back out of the waiting room, and then we'll deal with you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Mr. Haydar, are you there?
I am, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. Your appearance for Elias, please.
Mark Hyder appearing on behalf of Jason Elias, Your Honor.
And counsel, we've got a plea offer in the file. Mr. Kaplan put in the file for impaired driving. The original charge would be dismissed.
That's correct. He wishes to take advantage of that, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Elias is with you?
Yes, I am.
All right, thank you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you,
Mr.
sir.
Mr. Elias, I assume your attorney has explained to you the charge and the possible penalty for the added charge?
Yes, he has.
You've discussed your rights with him. You understand your rights and options?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of that, are you taking the advantage of the offer from the prosecutor by pleading guilty to impaired driving today?
Yes, I am.
And are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes, I am.
Mr. Hader, would you do the voir dire to give me the facts I need?
Sure. Mr. Elias, back on July 9th of this year, were you operating a vehicle in the city of Romulus?
Yes, I was.
And prior to operating that vehicle, had you been drinking?
Yes, I was.
Were you drinking specifically tequila?
Yes, sir, I was.
And because of the tequila that you consumed, your blood alcohol level was, you'll stipulate it was 0.08 or higher, correct?
Yes, sir.
And it did affect your ability to drive?
Yes, it did.
I believe that makes it out, Your Honor.
Mr. Kaplan, you satisfied?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Thank you. I agree, counsel. I'll accept the plea to the added charge and I will dismiss the original charge.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I might add, it's always good to see you, Judge.
Always. I wish we could see each other in person.
Correct.
I was at a function last night and I said, that's one of the things I miss most about this damn Zoom stuff is, you know, over the years, you build relationships up with attorneys and other folks in the industry and you don't see them anymore.
I agree.
Yeah.
We go back a ways.
Mr. Elias, I have accepted your plea to the added charge. I've dismissed the original charge. Next step in the proceedings, I'm going to refer your file to the probation department. They're going to reach out to you and schedule an investigation by Zoom, pretrial investigation or interview, I should say. If you've got an email address, share that with me and I'll pass it on to probation.
Okay. My first and last name together. 48205 at gmail.com.
Yep. 48205 at Gmail. I got you.
Okay.
All right. Your bond is continued. You'll be hearing from probation. Gentlemen, enjoy your day.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Judge, Leanna is ready to go with Anthony Taylor, Trudy Clark, and Maya Gilmer. What about Faith Miller, Leanna? Are you ready for that one, or do you need to speak to her?
I need to speak with her.
Okay.
I think she's set for a final. I think isn't she set for a final?
She is.
Yeah, then we need to know.
Leanna, you're going to be making a motion on that one.
Okay, then I'm ready on that one, Heather.
Okay.
What was that one?
Miller is the last name, Faith.
Got it. Your appearance and your motion.
Deanna Belcher on behalf of Faith Miller, I would ask, Your Honor, given that the complainant has not appeared today for the final trial, for a motion to dismiss.
Granted.
And Your Honor, I did see that Ms. Miller's audio just connected, so I don't think she heard the first part of it. Ms. Miller, the motion to dismiss was just granted, ma'am.
Okay, I hear you. I'm here.
Okay.
Ms. Miller, this is dismissed without prejudice. The file could be brought back to life by the prosecutor. Understood?
Understood.
Any questions for Ms. Belcher?
No, Your Honor, I don't believe she has any questions.
All right, have a good day, Ms. Miller. Are you ready on Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor.
What are we doing?
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Kaplan has something you'd like to place on the record.
Yes, Your Honor. People would make a motion to reduce the registration plate misdemeanor down to a civil infraction. I'm assuming Mr. Taylor does not want to take a plea to a double parking that has been offered in the past. we would request that this be set for a Zoom formal hearing for both registration plate, civil, and improper lane use.
Your Honor, I will state for the record that I previously represented Mr. Taylor. There was a double parking offer. Mr. Taylor previously rejected that offer, and he has been awaiting jury trial, which is how he got set for this date.
Mr. Taylor, any questions?
No, sir.
All right, and that was a Zoom formal hearing, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Heather, do you have any idea when that is, or we'll have to just send out notices?
We'll just have to send out notice again from Leanna.
No, I will not be on the case because it's being reduced to a civil. He does not get MIDC counsel.
Then it won't be a
Correct.
formal?
It'll be a formal. He just doesn't get MIDC because there's no jail time.
Okay.
Mr. Taylor,
Then we can do-
your address on Emerson is a good address for your notice?
I have a new address now.
Go ahead, sir.
35240 West Michigan Avenue, Wayne, Michigan, 48184.
Then Judge, we can do it.
35240.
Sorry.
35240 West Michigan Avenue.
Got it. Date?
December 16th?
You want to do it 11?
Yes, that's fine.
Mr. Taylor, that work for you? December 16, 11 a.m.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you then.
Okay.
And you ready on Clark?
Yes, Your Honor. I've previously gone over the plea offer with Ms. Clark. It should be in front of Your Honor. She's taking the plea as it appears on the form. She will be pleading to the DWLS and failure to stop with the property damage accident. In return, threats, the failure to stop with an assured clear distance, and the safety belt will all be dismissed.
All right, that's clear cut enough. Okay, Ms. Clark, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good afternoon or good morning.
You've discussed these charges with Ms. Belcher. You understand these charges and the possible penalties?
Yes, sir.
And you've discussed your options and rights with Ms. Belcher. You understand those?
Yes, sir.
All right, and understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to drove while license suspended, revoked or denied, and failed to stop or identify after a property damage accident?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Belcher, would you like to walk through the voir dire?
Certainly, Ms. Clark, I want to take your attention back to October 7th of this year. Were you in the location of Ecorse Road and Wayne Road in Romulus?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on that day and time?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you involved in an accident, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it true you left the scene of the accident?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it also true, ma'am, that your license was suspended at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is satisfied.
So is the court. Ma'am, I've got your address on Alexander, East Alexander, is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, are you working?
Yes, sir. I'm at work now.
Where do you work?
I work at a nursing home at Advantage Living Center.
All right. Ms. Belcher or Ms. Clark, anything I should consider before I sentence?
Your Honor, we would just ask that you impose fines and costs. Ms. Clark is owning up and taking responsibility for prolonged time. As she's mentioned, she is employed. She may potentially need a payment plan depending on the amount of the fines.
Sure, absolutely. Ms. Clark, anything you want to add to that?
No, I don't have anything to add.
All right, on each file, the fines and costs total $500. I can give you a monthly payment plan. Tell me how much you want to pay each month, and can you start on or before January 5th?
Yes, I could start in January. That'd be good. I'll have Christmas out the way.
How much per month?
You could start me off at $250 a month, but I can make more payments if I have more money to pay that month, right?
Let's start you out at $150. You can always pay extra if you want to.
Okay, that's cool. That's perfect. Thank you so much.
Any questions for Ms. Belcher before we let you go?
No, I don't have any questions.
Enjoy your day, ma'am.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you. What else you got, Ms. Belcher?
Your Honor, I'm ready on Maya Gilmer. Yes.
Yep. Ms.
Leanna-
Gilmer, are you connected?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor, and I apologize for interrupting. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Ms. Gilmer. Your Honor, I believe she's set for an arraignment pretrial. I'd waive formal reading and stand mute. This is a case where I'm going to need a discovery order signed and sent in. I do have a report. There's mention of body worn camera. We would ask for a personal bond. There is a PPO in place with her and the complainant, so no contact is already required.
Right. All right, so might as well go to the January 6th date. We're piling up for you.
That would be great, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may, the part of that, I believe this report for bond conditions is that she's violating her PPO that's already in place. So we would request any additional warnings from this court at your discretion about continuing to potentially allegedly violate the PPO that is in place with her.
Understood. Understood. And according to the paperwork in the court file, the complaint in this matter is a Ronald Kadugi, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. All right.
As best as I would say it too.
Thank you. Ms. Gilmore, I'm going to put you on a personal bond, and as part of that bond, just generally stay out of trouble, but as part of that bond, you have no contact with that gentleman. No phone calls, no letters, no social media contact. You see him at Burger King, you eat Taco Bell. Understood?
Yes, I understood. And I'm sorry, I'll let you finish. I had a
I don't
question.
need you to make any statement, ma'am. I need you to just tell the judge if you understand what he's saying.
Yes, I understand.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court amount of $1,000 if you violate bond?
Yes.
You're all set.
Judge, I brought in Ezra Goldman, attorney for Celia Morgan. While Leanna goes into her breakout room, she has two people that she needs to still speak to.
Thank you. Josh, I do not have a plea offer in the Morgan file.
Who is the defendant on this one? Morgan?
Cecilia Morgan.
Celia, plea to operating while intoxicated, dismiss the BAC .17 or more, and open intox.
Got it. And Mr. Goldman, you representing Morgan?
Oh, he's not even connected.
Oh, hello.
Good morning, Ms. Morgan. We're trying to get your attorney connected.
Okay, good morning.
Is Mr. Goldman representing you today?
Yes, he is.
All right, we're trying to get him connected.
Okay.
You try a chat, Heather?
Yep, I did.
Thank you.
On the Zoom, what is your name, please? It just says Zoom user.
Cecilia Morgan.
No, not you, Miss Morgan. We know who you are. For the Zoom user, what is your name, please?
Lauren Jora.
Nope, I have Lauren Jora. I'm sorry. The next Zoom user.
Loyal Marshall.
Gloria Marshall.
That's Jeff's client, the one to send a text to see if you can jump over.
Okay.
Marshall scheduled when?
At 8:50.
Just a little bit late.
Yep, Miss Marshall, I'm putting you back in the waiting room till your attorney appears.
I'm sorry, was I late? He told me 10 o'clock.
Nope, it was supposed to be at 8:50. But I'm going to put you back in the breakout waiting room until Mr. Bowditch appears.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Judge, now we're ready with Jora and Morgan. No, not Morgan. I'm sorry.
No.
Leanna, are you ready on Jura, or do you want me to put you on with Mr. Taylor?
I'm ready on Jura.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
Leanna Belcher on behalf of Ms. Jura. Ms. Jura, will you please state your name for the record, ma'am? You have to unmute first.
Lauren Jora.
Your Honor, I did have an opportunity to meet with Mr. Kaplan today. I did renegotiate the plea offer. It's going to be a plea to operating while visibly impaired, as well as a plea of responsible to careless driving.
And that is correct, Your Honor. We would dismiss as part of that the OUIC under age 16 for the careless.
Thank you. Ms. Jora, you understand the possible penalty for the charges?
Yes.
And you've gone over your rights and options with Ms. Belcher?
Yes, Your Honor.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Ms. Belcher, would you please voir dire?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Ms. Jora, I want to take your attention back to September 30th of this year at approximately 2 o'clock in the morning. Were you in the location of Wickham Road in the city of Romulus?
Yes.
And at that location, ma'am, did you consume alcohol?
Yes.
Do you recall how much you had to drink that day?
No.
Would you agree with me if I told you that your blood alcohol content was a 0.11?
Yes.
Okay. And ma'am, did you choose to get in a car and drive after you had consumed alcohol?
Yes.
And would you agree that that alcohol contributed to you not operating the car safely for your children who were also in the car?
Yes.
Defense would be satisfied.
So am I. I'll accept the plea, dismiss the companion misdemeanor charge. Ms. Jora, I'm going to send your file to the probation department. They'll reach out to you and schedule a pre-sentence investigation by Zoom. You'll have a chance to discuss all that with Ms. Belcher before we meet again for sentencing. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I'm going to put you on a personal bond in the meantime. Conditions of the bond are: number 1, stay out of trouble. Number 2, don't purchase, possess, or consume any mood-altering substance without a doctor's prescription. And number 3, cooperate with Ms. Belcher in probation so we can move your file along. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
Raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court in the amount of $1,000 if you violate bond?
Yes.
Any questions for Ms. Belcher before I let you go?
No.
Have a nice day. And Leanna, did that catch you up?
Yes, now I just need to speak with Mr. Taylor.
All right, bringing him in, and I'll put him in the room if you want to go in.
Is that the Mr. Taylor that we just did the formal hearing on? Schedule?
Nope, this is DeMarcus Taylor. He is at 9:40.
Counsel, are you ready on Morgan?
I am, Your Honor. Took me a minute to get my set together, but I got it now. May it please the court, Ezra Goldman appearing on behalf of Ms. Morgan.
All right. And what are we doing today, counsel?
Well, as to the arraignment, we would waive reading and stand mute.
Thank you. I'll enter not guilty plea for Ms. Morgan. And Mr. Kaplan has made an offer. If Ms. Morgan pleads guilty to the added charge of operating while intoxicated, the original counts 1 and 2 would be dismissed.
Your Honor, I wonder if I could talk separately with Mr. Kaplan a minute.
Sure.
Should I
Josh,
just rejoin the courtroom?
Yes, but is that the attorney or is that the defendant that you're giving me the chat on? Oh, he left.
Yeah, he wants, Goldman and Kaplan need to talk.
Right.
Oh, Jesus.
Heather? Heather, are you there?
I think she left.
Yeah, her name's on there. She's just muted. Thank you, Miss Morgan.
You're welcome.
Josh, I'm sending you a text in a second. Just please beware to read it.
Okay.
Zoom user that does not have their video on, please do so.
Let me see here.
I'm trying. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. What's your name?
John DeSellis.
What time you scheduled, Mr. DeSalis?
10:55.
Thank you.
Trying to figure out why this video is not
How do you
working.
spell the last name? Because I don't think you should be in our Zoom.
It's D as in David, ESSELLES.
And what do you have scheduled today so we make sure we find the right place for you?
It is a no wake ticket.
Informal hearing with Mr. Hinman.
Yep.
Let me find.
We're going to give you another Zoom number, sir.
Okay.
818-664-4398.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Goldman, are you ready on Ms. Morgan's file?
I'm almost ready, Your Honor. It was a fruitful meeting, but I need to speak to Ms. Morgan in a minute.
Sure, we'll put you in a breakout with your client. The juvenile?
Thank you, Your Honor.
They're out here right now. Which one is it, the Romulus? Van Buren? Would you let both Leanna and Angela know that they're here?
Okay,
Yep. Is that Stoddard or the other one?
that's the other one, started to Romulus.
Yeah, we're not expecting them to show up. They've got a history. They got a history of not showing up, according to Christine.
Okay.
Judge, I'm bringing in Royce. He's covering for Bowditch and Loyal Marshall.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Nunley.
Morning, Judge.
Marshall, can you hear us?
Yes.
Good morning. And what?
Good morning.
Mr. Nunley. What do we got?
I don't know. Leanna just called me and asked me to jump in for a person. So I don't know what the charge
Royce,
is.
I just sent you the report on it, so you have that now. And on Miss Marshall, she's charged with assault and battery. I'm offering 6 months deferred 771 on a disorderly person.
Got it. Thank you.
And no contact with Rashonda Alexander. So we can put you in a breakout room with Miss Marshall?
Please.
Nunley?
Thank you.
Heather, got that?
Sorry, Judge, in a breakout room?
Yeah, Miss Marshall and Mr. Nunley. Miss Marshall, Mr. Bowditch is tied up in another Zoom room, so Mr. Nunley is going to give you the heads up on what's going on and hopefully advise you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
She was in charge of assault and battery. She'd look crazy too.
Belcher, you got anything
Mr.
ready?
Taylor, please be quiet. Sorry, Judge.
Are you ready on anything? Ms.
I'm ready
Belcher?
on DeMarcus Taylor, Your Honor.
All right, what are we going to do?
Your Honor, he's going to be a plea to operating while visibly impaired with the original counts to be dismissed.
Mr. Taylor, you understand the added charge and the possible penalty for it?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Do you understand the added charge and the possible penalty for that charge?
Yes.
Did you discuss your rights and options with Ms. Belcher?
Yes.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to impaired driving today?
Yes.
Ms. Belcher, would you voir dire?
Yes, thank you. Mr. Taylor, I want to take your attention, sir, back to December 5th of last year. Were you operating a motor vehicle in the area of 3119 Flynn Drive in the city of Romulus?
Yes.
And prior to operating the vehicle that day, sir, did you consume alcohol?
Yes.
Do you recall what you had to drink and how much?
No, actually, not really.
Okay, would you agree with me if results of your blood alcohol showed that you had 0.103 grams of alcohol in your system?
Yeah, if that's what the results say.
Okay, and would you agree that consuming the alcohol affected your ability to drive the vehicle that day?
Well, I'm sorry, one more time.
Do you agree with me that consuming the alcohol impaired your ability to drive or caused you to operate the vehicle in a different manner had you been sober?
No, not really.
Mr. Taylor, you don't think having a blood alcohol content that day impaired your ability to drive at all?
No, I was still at the room.
Mr. Taylor, let me ask you a question. Do you have any children?
No.
Have any little kids that you're fond of?
Yes.
If I was going to drive those kids to the store, would you rather me drive them cold sober or the way you were that night because of your alcohol consumption?
Oh yeah, definitely cold sober.
Would you agree with me then that the alcohol impaired your driving to some event or some effect?
Yeah.
Ms. Belcher, does that help?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. I would be satisfied.
Mr. Kaplan, are you satisfied?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
So am I. I'll accept the plea to the added charge, dismiss both counts 1 and 2 from the original complaint. Mr. Taylor, the next step in this proceeding is you're going to hear from our probation department. They'll schedule a pre-sentence investigation interview by Zoom, and they'll let you know when your sentencing is. Can you give me, if you have an email address, can you provide it to me so I can give it to probation?
Yes, it's my first name, last name, 65@gmail.com.
Thank you. All right, I need to put you on a bond. I'm going to put you on a personal bond with some conditions. The first condition is the obvious one, stay out of trouble. Second condition, do not purchase, possess, or consume any mood-altering substance unless you got a doctor's prescription for the substance. And lastly, cooperate with probation and Ms. Belcher so we can move your file along. Do you understand all those conditions, sir?
Yes,
Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court amount of $1,000 if you violate those terms of bond?
yes.
Any questions for Ms. Belcher before I terminate you from the meeting?
No.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Goldman, are we ready? You're welcome, Ms. Belcher. Are we ready on Morgan?
We are, Your Honor.
And what are we doing?
So I talked to Mr. Kaplan. He's agreed to reduce the original charge to operating while impaired. And my client is willing to plead guilty to that and also a charge of open intox with the understanding that the original charge will be dismissed.
That is correct, Your Honor. For the record, the offer will be OW impaired, operating while impaired, and open intox, pleading to those two, and we will dismiss the BAC .17 or more.
Thank you. And Ms. Morgan, you understand those charges and the possible penalties?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've discussed your rights and options with Mr. Goldman. You understand those?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, would you do some voir dire to get me the facts I need?
Sure. Ms. Morgan, let me just get the date. I think it was September
Date would be
26th.
9/26.
September 25th.
Oh, are we saying 25 or 26?
25th.
My paperwork says 26, so I'm assuming it probably started late on the 25th into the early morning hours on the 26th. Ms. Morgan, would you
I
agree?
got you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
so
Go
Ms.
ahead, counsel.
So Ms. Morgan, on September 25th leading into the 26th, were you in Romulus?
Yes.
Were you driving a car?
Yes, I was.
Did you have something to drink before you drove the car, something alcoholic?
Yes, I did.
Did your consumption of alcohol affect your ability to operate your motor vehicle?
Yes, it did.
All righty. And were there cups or containers of open intoxicants that the officers found in the vehicle?
It was a cup.
Okay. All right, Your Honor. I think that's it.
I think so. That gives me the facts I need to accept the pleas. I'll dismiss the high BAC original count 1. Ma'am, I'm going to refer your file to the probation department. They'll reach out to you and schedule a pre-sentence interview by Zoom. Based on that interview, they're going to put together a report and recommendation for sentencing. You'll have a chance to go over that with Mr. Goldman before you meet me again for sentencing. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to put you on a personal bond in the meantime. Condition number 1, stay out of trouble. Condition number 2, don't purchase, possess, or consume any mood-altering substance unless you got a doctor's prescription. And condition number 3, cooperate with probation and Mr. Goldman so we can move your file along. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you
Understood.
have an email address? Do you have an email address I can share with my probation department?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
CECEMOREMONEY@yahoo.com.
CC Morgan at Yahoo.
Yep, CCMoreMoney@yahoo.com.
Oh, I didn't get that. CC
More MOREMONEY at yahoo.com.
I guess that's a claimant email address. All right, we'll pass that on. Raise your right hand for me, ma'am, so I can put you on that bond. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court in the amount of $1,000 if you violate those bond conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
Counsel, anything else?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
You folks enjoy your day.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. You as well.
Mr. Nunley, are we ready on Marshall?
We are, Your Honor. Royce
What are we
Nunley, Royce Nunley, on behalf of the defendant, standing in for the attorney of record, Jeffrey Bodich. After speaking with the defendant and going over the police report and getting her thoughts on it, I've advised her that she has indicated to me that she would like to set this matter for a bench trial.
Okay. And Ms. Marshall, I'm sure counsel has explained to you that you do have a right to a jury trial. Are you waiving that jury today so we can schedule this for a bench trial?
Yes. Yes, sir. Sorry.
All right, we can set that bench trial on the 16th of December at 11:30.
Perfect.
We'll talk to Mr. Bowditch. If he is not available that day, we'll reschedule.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Judge, is that live?
Yes.
The defendant does live in Kalamazoo, Judge. I would wonder if.
Oh, I got a Romulus address. Is Romulus a good mailing address, Ms. Marshall, or should we put the Kalamazoo address?
If you don't mind putting the Kalamazoo address, but my cousin that's going to be testifying with me, she lives in Romulus. So if that would be better for me to just go that way since she's already there, or if it's a live call, she'd be able to get in on Zoom as well, right?
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may, would you want to set this for a final pre-trial? I know she said for a bench trial, but would we want to set it for a final pre-trial on the 16th and see if the victim appears? Or do you want to just go through with the bench trial?
I think as Marshall indicated to me, she's worried because she's starting school in January and she's scared.
She wants to get it over with.
Yeah, she's got to get over with.
Okay, all right, no objection.
Okay. If it's Ms. Marshall, it's just easier to be perfectly honest, it's easier on all the participants. I mean, you know, the prosecutor, the court clerk, to me, it's usually easier with it live. So if you can come from Kalamazoo, I'm going to set it live. If that's a problem for you, we can do a hybrid live and Zoom.
That's fine. I can make it to Romulus.
Okay, let's do it live then. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
Anything else?
No, sir.
All right, you enjoy your day, man.
You as well. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Royce. Appreciate the
Yep, see you guys. Have a good one.
Heather, you want to bring Chad Williams in?
Well, yep, that's fine. And we have Carpenter and Reading. They were both at 9:40.
They ready?
I don't know. We have to offer them.
Oh, let's bring Carpenter in then.
Yep, he's in. Everyone's in.
Mr. Carpenter was scheduled at 9 what?
40.
Thank you. Mr. Carpenter, good morning.
Good morning.
I've got a file here from May 5th, 2021. The charge was malicious destruction of private property. The prosecutor has made an offer on the file. If you plead guilty to that charge, the prosecutor is offering a deferred or delayed sentence for 6 months. That means if you stay out of trouble for 6 months, no new charges, and you pay whatever court costs are assessed. And in this case, also have no contact with, I think it's Raimondo Thomas. Then the matter would be dismissed. It would not stay on your record as a conviction. You understand that offer from the prosecutor, sir?
Yes, but I don't know any Raimondo.
Well, I might be reading Mr. Kaplan's writing improperly.
Raymond Thomas. Raymond Thomas.
What is it? Raymond Thomas. You know Raymond Thomas, Mr. Carpenter?
Oh yeah, that's my stepfather.
Right. So during that 6 month period, you'd have no contact with Raymond Thomas. Do you understand the offer?
Well, that's hard to do because I'm over at my mom's almost every day with my kids, getting my kids. So how else would, you know?
My question is, did you understand the offer?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Are you prepared today to go forward without an attorney, or would you like to speak to a court-appointed attorney?
Could I speak to a court appointed?
You can. We'll put you in a breakout room with Miss Belcher.
Okay, thank you.
Miss Redding, can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Miss Redding, I've got a file here from April 10, 2021. Malicious destruction of private property, and that is punishable by up to $500 fines plus court costs and up to 93 days in jail. You understand that?
I'm sorry, I
Redding,
couldn't
do you
hear you.
understand do you understand the charge and the possible penalty for the charge?
Yes.
The prosecutor's made an offer. If you plead guilty to that charge, the prosecutor's offered a delayed sentence for 6 months. During that time period, you'd stay out of trouble, no new criminal charges, you'd pay whatever court costs were assessed, and you pay restitution to Adonna Arnold in the amount of $300. Do you understand the offer?
Yes.
If you do all those things you're supposed to, then at the end of 6 months, this charge would be dismissed, so it doesn't stay on your record as a permanent conviction.
Okay.
Are you prepared to go forward today without an attorney, or would you like to speak to the attorney?
I'd like to speak to an attorney.
Court-appointed attorney today, or you want to hire
Yes.
your own? All right, we'll put you in the line. We'll put you in the line to speak to Ms. Belcher when she's ready.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Good morning, Mr. Williams. You are muted and your video is off.
Okay, I think I'm unmuted.
You are, I can hear you. You got video working or not?
Working on it, sorry.
It's all right.
I think I got it. Oh. Yep, I got it.
There you are. All right, you're here on a charge from September 25, 21. Counts 1, 2, 3, and 4. Count 1, operating with blood alcohol content of 0.17 or more, carries a possible penalty up to $1,000 fines plus court costs, up to 1 year in jail. Count number 2 is reckless driving, a misdemeanor, up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs. Count 3, failed to stop or identify after a property damage accident. That's also up to $500 fines plus court costs and up to 93 days in jail. Open intoxicants in a motor vehicle, a misdemeanor, same possible penalty, up to $500 fines plus court costs, up to 93 days in jail. Do you understand these charges and the possible penalties?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I've explained to Mr. Kaplan that you and I have a relationship. Mr. Kaplan, as long as there's not a contested matter, I don't think there's any problem with me going forward. If there is a plea ultimately in this file, I just want to bring it to the people's attention.
Your Honor, people appreciate you bringing it to our attention. We have no objection to you continuing on with this case and presiding over this case. And we appreciate the letting us know about a potential conflict. We don't see one, and we are ready to proceed.
Thank you. All right, and Mr. Williams, the prosecutor has made an offer. The offer is 2 new charges: operating while impaired and failed to stop property damage accident. Each of those is up to $500 fines plus court costs. Each of those is up to 93 days in jail. If you take those pleas, plead guilty to those added charges, all 4 of the original charges would be dismissed. Do you understand that offer and the possible penalty for those charges?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you prepared to go forward today without an attorney, or would you like to speak to Ms. Belcher, who is on Zoom with us and ready to speak to you?
I think I'm good to go.
All right. How do you want to proceed? Did I give you enough information?
Yes, sir.
What do
Guilty.
you want to do?
I'll take the plea.
All right, you're going to take the offer from the prosecutor, and are you pleading guilty to those charges freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Okay. September 25, 21, did you drive a vehicle in Romulus?
Yes, sir.
And prior to driving that vehicle, did you consume alcohol?
Yes, sir.
Were you involved in a property damage accident?
Yeah, I hit a trash can.
All right. And did you fail to report that accident to the police department when it happened?
Yes, sir. I kind of panicked, didn't really know what to do.
All right. And do you have any idea what your breath or blood alcohol content was?
I was told 1.17.
All right. Any reason to think that's not correct?
No, sir.
All right. Just for the record, I just found the incident report from the police department. Listed the results of the analysis is 0.177 from the state police lab. So that's the number they gave you. All right, based on that information, I can accept the plea to count the added counts and dismiss original counts 1, 2, 3, and 4. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's your address?
11140 Sterling.
Phone?
734 752 8 8. Oh, just a second. 752
That's all right.
8570.
And do you have an email address that I can give to my probation department?
I do not.
Okay, that's all right. If you don't use one, we won't get one. All right, so the next step is I'm going to put you on a personal bond with 3 conditions. The first condition is the obvious one, stay out of trouble. Second condition, do not purchase, possess, or consume any mood-altering substance unless you've got a doctor's prescription for the substance. And the third one is cooperate with my probation department so we can move this file along towards sentencing. Probation will contact you and schedule a Zoom pre-trial, pre-sentence investigation interview. Based on that interview, they're going to put together a report and recommendation. You'll see that, I'll see that, then you and I will talk again before I decide what your sentence term should be. You understand all that?
Yes, sir.
Any questions about what we've done?
No, sir.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court amount of $1,000 if you violate bond?
Yes.
All right, you're all set. You'll be hearing from probation.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Josh.
Leanna's in.
Waiting for Leanna right now.
Correct. She's in the breakout room with reading, and she'll be ready on Carpenter once she gets out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a phone call briefly on Carpenter. It's gonna be just so you know, Your Honor, I did confirm with the complaining witness. They're requesting requesting a dismissal. So we are gonna grant such dismissal on Carpenter.
No objection.
That's on Tony Carpenter. That's the one that, oh, perfect timing. Miss Belcher's back. Miss Belcher, your appearance.
Leanna Belcher on behalf of Tony Carpenter. I would not object to that request.
All right, Mr. Carpenter, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, this is dismissed without prejudice. The prosecutor could recharge. Understood?
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
You're all set. Goodbye.
All right. Have a good one.
Heather, did we do Trudy Clark? I think we did.
Yep, Trudy Clark's done.
Yeah. We did seal it Morgan. And Brown Armstrong?
No. Leanna, are you ready on Reading?
I am.
Thank you.
Talk to me, Ms. Belcher.
Your Honor, Leanna Belcher on behalf of Ms. Redding. Ms. Redding, can you state your name for the record?
Kristana Redding. Sorry about that.
Thank you. Your Honor, I did have an opportunity to meet with my client in a breakout room. I did go over the plea offer with her. For arraignment purposes, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. She is going to be accepting the plea, and it's MDOP deferred 6 months under 771. The only hangup is it's asking for restitution. Ms. Redding has told me that she's paid the restitution, so we may just need a restitution hearing.
Yeah, we can do that. No objection to that, Mr. Kaplan?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Redding, you understand the possible penalty for the charge?
Yes, sir.
You've gone over your rights and options with Ms. Belcher. You understand those?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty today freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Belcher, would you like to voir dire?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Ma'am, on 4/10/21, were you in the area of 8600 Merriman Row, apartment 147 in the city of Romulus?
Yes.
And while you were in that location, ma'am, did you slash 4 tires on a truck that did not belong to you?
Yes.
Satisfied.
So am I. Anything that either one of you ladies want me to consider before I set the terms of sentence?
Your Honor, my client did indicate to me that she is currently pregnant. She's unemployed. She has limited financial income. She's basically using the child tax credit to support herself. As I indicated, she did previously pay back the tire amount, which we can flush out at the restitution hearing. I would ask for minimal fines and costs given her financial situation.
Heather,
Yes, Judge.
you want to pick a date for that, or you want to go through probation?
Go through probation.
All right. Ms. Redding, when you get notice of that restitution hearing, if you can provide documentation that you've already paid for the tires to Ms. Belcher, we might be able to avoid the hearing.
Okay.
All right. No promise.
Yes.
It just depends on what kind of paperwork comes through. All right.
Okay,
So I'm going to assess court costs on this file for $200. I will do the delayed sentence for 6 months. Can you pay the $200 within 30 days, or would you like me to set you up with a monthly payment plan?
I'd be able to pay within 30 days.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Amaya's iPhone. What is your name, please?
Hi, good morning. My name is Amia Fisher.
Judge, that was at 9:10. I don't know if you want to just reschedule or.
Let me find the file. We'll take care of it.
Okay.
Heather, am I correct in assuming that the 2 juveniles today are not on this docket I'm looking at?
Correct. They, for some reason, it doesn't link up.
Yep. Yeah, new
Your
premises.
Honor, Ms. Fisher did request MIDC counsel. I've tried to contact her via telephone and have not been successful. Can I have a breakout room with her, please?
Sure. Are you familiar with the plea offer on this one, Ms. Belcher?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Fisher, we're going to put you in a breakout room with the attorney.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm going to step away for about 5 minutes if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
Well, Josh, just real quick on Heffernan,
Yeah.
can you explain to the judge what happened so we know what we want to do next with that?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't know what you want to do on it. However, I will tell you that I did receive a text message from the secretary from my office who stated that he called and he couldn't get through for Zoom hearing, but told me to tell you to accept the plea deal. No number provided or anything like that. Obviously, I cannot accept a plea deal on his behalf, but I did want to just let the court know that he did try to make contact, I guess, with my office.
All right. I think what we should do then is just schedule him live. We've already got the plea agreement in the file.
I'm just going to step away for a couple minutes.
Yep, go ahead.
And that's fine, Judge. When I read through Mr. Heffernan's file, it looked like he called last week, letting us know that he wasn't Zoom proficient. And we told him call back next week and we would give him other options, but.
Yeah. Okay. I made a note of all that in the file.
Okay, thank you.
And then Jasmine Williams, scheduled at 11 for show cause. I don't know what that's about. Oh, okay.
And that's an in-person.
Yeah, I'm just calling security now.
Okay.
Who's this? Oh, welcome back.
Hey, thank you.
Did they figure out what was wrong with you?
The only thing they could figure out was the flu.
Unbelievable. I mean, a 103 is not inconsequential for an old guy like us.
No, and actually, when they took me by ambulance in the hospital, it was 104.
Oh, yeah, we can't afford to fry out any brain cells, Ken.
I know. I don't have any left.
Well, that was my point.
Yeah.
I've got a Jasmine Williams that was scheduled at 11 o'clock for a show called Live.
Okay.
I'm assuming she has not showed up because I haven't heard from you guys.
No.
Okay.
The only one that's shown up was a guy.
Okay. Do you know who that was?
He should be in your court.
Never showed up.
No, Tim took him up there. I think it was,
One of the juveniles, maybe?
oh yeah, that's who.
Yeah, so I haven't seen him yet. He's still talking outside. Okay, thanks, Ken.
You're welcome.
No, I don't think we're.
Mr. Lay, is there something I can help you with?
Yes, when you guys quit the when we were in the court session, I didn't get a date for the court date.
Correct.
date
We don't have one yet. I have to get together with your attorney and the prosecutor because the date that we had was not good for the attorney.
Okay, I didn't know what was going on. I thought you guys know what was going on. I was panicking. I've been trying to contact. I don't know.
Yep, that's fine. Well, let me verify your address with you so I can make sure that we do have everything correct. You're still at the 653 Commonwealth?
Yep.
All right, and can I get a phone number for you, please? I don't have one.
517-395-1405.
All right, we will send notice when we do get together with your attorney on that day, but she will be contacting you too.
Sorry, sir, I'm not at the office, so if you're calling my office number, I'm not getting those calls.
Okay, yeah, I left you 2 messages too. I'm sorry, I didn't know what was going on. I'm like,
At the courthouse today, but Heather, I gotta wait for Josh to renegotiate that plea, but I'm gonna be talking to the juvenile case that's here, okay?
Do you have the files?
Oh, there's Josh.
I'm here,
Josh,
sorry.
Mr. Lay, you're all set. You can leave, and your attorney will get together with you when we have a new date, okay?
all right, thank you.
Thank you. Josh, do you have the files by chance?
I don't know anything about it. I don't know how we're doing.
All right,
I
I'm
guess
gonna go-
I got a pesky MIDC attorney in my office to talk. to
Okay,
about
I'll
something.
be on the hunt for them.
Your Honor, I'm
Are
ready.
you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready on Ms. Fisher.
Go ahead.
It's going to be a plea to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive instead of the no ops, Your Honor, and an added double parking civil infraction.
All right, and I'm pretty sure Mr. Kaplan won't have any objections because we've done this before. Instead of adding the double parking, which is just extra work for the clerks, just to get some extra money, I'll just fine her a little heavier than I might normally do on the allow unlicensed driver.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Fisher, is that the deal?
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, don't thank me yet. We're not done. And did Ms. Belcher explain to you the possible penalty for that added charge?
Yes.
And you've discussed your rights and options with Ms. Belcher, is that correct?
Yes.
You understand all those?
Yep.
And you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to allowing an unlicensed driver to operate?
Yes.
On August 4/21, were you driving in Romulus?
Yes.
Was your license suspended, revoked, or denied at that time?
Yes.
I'll accept your plea and dismiss the original charges. What's her status now, Ms. Belcher?
Your Honor, she just has a reinstatement fee that she has to pay, so she's very close, which is why Josh reconsidered the offer. Obviously, the no ops would abstract. So she should be in a good position now to get her license back.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Ms. Fisher, I got your address on Meadow. That's a good address?
Yes.
You're working?
Yes.
Where do you work?
The University of Michigan Hospital.
Awesome. What do you do?
I'm an environmental services employee.
Beautiful. How long you been there?
For about 3 months.
Oh, new job. Good. Full time?
Yeah. Yep.
Good. Anything else you want me to consider before I sentence you?
No.
You probably haven't seen her traffic record, have you, Ms. Belcher?
No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, they don't allow us defense attorneys to pull those.
I know. It's ridiculous. I mean, you can't pull your own driving record.
No, we just can't be trusted.
I know. So Ms. Fisher, what's your driving record look like?
I have a few driving tickets for speeding. That's mainly what my record consists of. Speeding tickets.
When's the last one you got?
I haven't got, the last one I got is the one that I'm appearing for today.
Well, this isn't a speeding ticket. This is a drove while license suspended ticket.
Oh, well, my last speeding ticket, it's been about a year, 2 years. It's been about a year and a half.
All right. All right, I'll give you a break then. $300 total. Can you pay it within 30 days?
I can do a payment plan on it.
You sure you can't pay it within 30 days for that kind of a deal?
Yeah, you said for the $300.
Total.
Yeah, I can get it paid in 30 days.
All right. You're all set.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Ms. Belcher, have you had any contact on either Stoddard or, I can't even read Christine's writing on this one, the other juvenile, Galindez?
There is a juvenile client, Your Honor, that is here, Galindez in person, and I've been in conversation with him and I can continue.
All right, I am ready on that one.
Okay, I'm almost done, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I've been trying to do it in between.
No, you've been a busy morning. I'm just letting you know I'm ready when you are.
Perfect, we'll be in shortly.
Thanks. Hey, Josh.
Judge, with the juvenile ones, should we still be live streaming?
No,
I mean,
that's a
I
good call. Yeah,
continue recording, but maybe end the live?
absolutely. Continue recording. Yep.
Okay. And stop the live, correct?
Correct. Yep.